Hey guys, I'm Luke. Welcome to NextGen Hub, and in this video I'll be talking about criticism. So before I start that, I want to share with you that I got a feedback card, which is always pretty cool. I preached at the morning service last week, and I love the fact that I can grow and hone my preaching skills. So let's see what someone's told me, and let's see what I can take out of that. Okay, so we have a Connect card here from a church regular, Nellie McSnoot. We love a bit of Nellie, don't we? So what did Nellie say? Okay, so I spoke a little bit fast. Okay, yep, I get that a fair bit. I'm working on that. Thanks, Nellie. I had too many sports references. Okay, I had a couple, but they were all about winning the race, all that sort of stuff. That's okay, I can work on that. What else does Nellie say? My hair was parted wrongly? Well, I'm sorry, Nellie, but my hairdresser was sick, so I'm sorry about that. Look, I'll get... Oh, Bob. Bob's calling me. Bob's a church regular as well. Let's see what Bob has to say. Hey, Bob. How you doing, mate? Yes, Bob. My hair was parted wrongly. So maybe that's your experience as well. Maybe you feel like you do 9 out of 10 things right, but it's that one thing that people choose to focus on.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
And the old adage, that's ministry, does apply here. However, it doesn't make it any easier for you as a leader. So in this video, I'll be talking through 5 of my weirdest criticisms over my years of being in NextGen ministry and what I learnt from those things as well. So I want to make it really clear that I'm not making this video out of pride or just because I'm frustrated, but I'm making this video because I think that we can learn a lot by how people speak to us and those criticisms or feedback that we might actually get. So here are my 5 weirdest criticisms in ministry so far. In no particular order, number 1 is that, Luke, you use too much gospel. Now I had to ask what this meant several times, but what she meant by that was it was a bit boring. Now, I don't think I'm a boring preacher at all. So that feedback was quite interesting. I believe that if we don't intertwine or thread the gospel through everything that we do, if we don't point it back to Jesus, I think we're missing a pretty valuable point there. So thanks for your feedback to that person or those people, but I will politely disagree with you. Now this one was pretty humorous. In these words, I've actually written it down here. It says that I look too Stephen Furtick. If you don't know who Stephen Furtick is, he's the lead pastor of Elevation Church. He's this guy right here. Look, I don't know what to say. I don't think I look too Stephen Furtick, whatever that means. And why that's a negative thing, I will never know. So if you know more about that bit of feedback, let me know and we'll chat about it. Now, number 3 was quite interesting. This one was written on a feedback card or a pastoral care card, and it was completely unsigned. They're always fun ones to process. But this one said, Luke, I couldn't concentrate on your message because you used a bottle of water to drink instead of a glass of water. Now, I actually didn't know what on earth she was talking about, or he. Anyone? Anyone? Oh, I know. That's better. You know what? You were spot on with that one. Good job. Number 4 was something that really caught me off guard. Now, we were catching a series. We're doing a series on the book of Romans. So we were trying to squeeze one chapter into each sermon, which was incredibly difficult and very onerous to do. But we managed to do it. So we got to week 3, and this particular person said to me, Luke, how many more weeks are we going to do Romans? Well, there's 15 chapters in Romans, so we're at week 3 now, so do you want to tell me? And she still didn't know. I said 12, and she walked off. So that was a pretty interesting one as well. And the last one happened at one of our morning services. I was preaching, and one of the ladies came up to me afterwards and said, Luke, your Apple Watch was shining into my eyes, and I couldn't concentrate. So I apologized to her afterwards. I assured her that it wasn't intentional by any means, and she happened to miss a pretty good message that day. So Apple, get your act together, come on. Number 5, we were starting a new book of the Bible. We're talking about the book of Hebrews. And afterwards, a lady came up to me and said, Luke, can we do a New Testament book for a change? So I went to my Bible, I had a look, I said, okay, let's have a look. There it is. I'm pretty sure Hebrews is in the New Testament. So I tried to explain that to her. She didn't apologize, she just walked off in a bit of a huff, and that was it. So that was also a pretty funny one to know that, some people just don't know their Bible who might probably need to. So guys, the book of Hebrews is definitely in the New Testament. Now there are loads more I could talk about. I could talk about another 15 to 20 at very least off the top of my head. But as I said, I'm not doing this to poke fun at people. I'm not doing it because I'm upset or sad. I'm doing it because I'm trying to highlight to you, the next gen and church leaders, that the church is made up of imperfect people. People will always try and nitpick things. People will never always be happy, and that's okay. But as a leader, it's about how do you respond to that? Because our response is how it's going to end the whole discussion. So make sure that you respond very well. And of course, my big goal is to encourage you to keep on going. There'll be times that you get home on a Wednesday night or a Friday night or a Sunday afternoon or even a Monday morning, and you think to yourself, man, this constant criticism, it's becoming death by 1,000 cuts. But I want you to keep on going. Push away what you need to. Try and negotiate and try and talk things through if you can. But the reality is that these will keep on happening. But I want to encourage you to have some grit and to push through where you can. And of course, people will be people. So we need to love them. We need to love them with an unfailing love, how God loves us. A patient love that endures. A patient love that is kind. One that never, ever gives up. So how we respond to people who might have criticisms about us, we need to make sure that we show them the same love that God has shown us. So with all that, what are some of your criticisms? List them below. I'd love to hear. Message me if you want to do that, if that's easier. Our social media stuff is down the bottom here. Make sure you subscribe because we really want to grow this channel so we can empower, encourage, and equip as many next-gen leaders as possible. So tell me some of your criticisms. Don't name names. Don't get too specific, but I would love to hear so we can encourage and empower each other in our journey together. So that's it for this week, guys. Again, my top 5 criticisms plus 1. Again, I could have more, but please, please, please push through because it is crucial. So I'm going to finish my glass of water right now. Get ready to cheer. Thank you. You know what? That person was spot on. But guys, have an amazing week and we'll see you next time. God bless.